Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Sacred Geography, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Tuesday, March 7th, around 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time 2023. We have some unrest at Taupo volcano, M4.4 earthquake. Minor unrest continues, but the big story, Southern California residents are frustrated after record snowfall traps them for over a week. Keep calm. It's boom time. And let's just take a ride through Tahoe, shall we? Like Chuck. And more bad news for California. It is now bracing for flooding. Snow melt from a warm new atmospheric river. The storm door blows wide open on this one, and the flood watch has been issued for the Bay Area as Arizona lakes swell following the wet winter. It's outstanding to have this kind of moisture, says many. And here we'll take a look at the U.S. Drought Monitor. Almost all the exceptional and severe drought is now missing from the west. Only one location here in the High Plains that is now in that exceptional drought. And almost all severe drought is now missing from California as the drought relief continues and more snow is forecast. After record warm February, winter cold is returning. Apparently, they didn't get the memo. Here is the UAH global lower tropospheric average temperature. This is one of the coldest Februaries in decades, by the way. And so, yeah, where were we? There. The 6 to 8 temperature outlook is not looking very good for the Mississippi Valley and the mid-east coast. Well below average, 90% probability. So it is going to be a chilly March, to say the least. And here is the snowfall totals for the last 48 hours. The Sierras were the big winter chicken dinner with up to a foot of snow, 2 feet falling in some areas, as well as it looks like almost snow all the way to the coast here, holy macaroni. A strip here through northern Pennsylvania, as well as some snow in Wisconsin, southern Dakotas, and the Pacific Northwest and the Northwest in general. Snow is going to continue across the U.S. Let's take a look at the forecast. Heavy snow in California and South Dakota. Fire weather in the Southwest. Excessive rainfall in the South. Heavy snow will continue over the Sierra and Klamath Mountains of California and over North and South Dakota through today. Dry, gusty winds will continue to areas of elevated to critical fire weather across the southern High Plains and southern Rockies. Excessive rainfall from heavy thunderstorms may lead to flooding from eastern Oklahoma into Arkansas Wednesday through Thursday. So heads up and keep checking back here at weather.gov and click on your county for more information. Let's walk through the GFS model for snow here. Here is the Wednesday through Thursday. So here's the snow in the northern mountains of California as well as the entire West. It's going to move right through there. Light snow, albeit, until Friday, March 10th. Heavy snow picks up here in Iowa and moves east like a beast. Southern Michigan is going to be picking up a heavy swath of snow, and then it's going to hit western New York, northern PA, a little bit moving up into the northeast, while more snow continues to pour down into the west here through the weekend. Up to 4 feet or more from the north down all the way down the Sierra Crest. Now, the bad news about this is that it is going to be raining at lower elevation, showing 12 to 14 inches here, so there will be flooding at the mid-elevations with all of that snow that has just piled up. So we're going to be reporting on some amazing flood events in just a few days. As deadly Cyclone Freddy has become Earth's longest-lived tropical storm. The storm has survived for 31 days and rapidly intensified 6 times. I wonder if it has anything to do with all the space weather we've been receiving. But I do digress. The storm was born in the Indian Ocean on February 6th and has been on a long, winding journey since, walloping both Madagascar and Mozambique and causing at least 21 deaths. Now, in the last 5 years or so, we've seen solar storms increase the intensity and magnitude of cyclones and hurricanes. So this is nothing new, and because of a sequence of haphazard solar storms, deadly Cyclone Freddy has been able to hang on for, well, the longest lived tropical storm ever on Earth. 31 days and counting. Seismic update. No quakes of note, really. We had some 6 magnitudes here. One in the Philippines, one over here in Papua New Guinea. Even though they were close to the surface, they're offshore, so almost nobody felt these and no effects. And worldwide, it's looking quite calm across the Western Front, except for Iceland, where we do have some activity here at Katla volcano. Hasn't erupted since 1918. Yeah, those are the numbers. So we do have a flurry of activity at Katla. The activity continues at Heidelberg Mountain, as well as some uptick here on the Reykjanes Peninsula and inland down that string. This is where all the volcanoes here on that deep fissure, as this is the mid-ocean ridge here running through the island, which is why all the volcanoes are on that line. Now we do have an uptick at Taupo volcano, New Zealand, M4.4, minor unrest continuing. There's the quake itself. The quake was located at 10 kilometers depth, and shaking was felt particularly along the lake shore. There have been about 20 detected aftershocks so far. Here we are looking at some of that activity and that increased activity at Taupo with raising eyebrows. Space weather news update. The sun has gone quiet at Solar Max. Now, even though there are, let's look at the latest HMI intensity, there are a number of sunspots peppering the disk. They are inactive. It's almost as like they took the weekend off. 24 hours of complete quiet and no flaring whatsoever. So that's good news. That means the geomagnetic forecast is looking low, ho, ho, and we may even be psychic anytime now, folks. China's FAST telescope discovered over 740 new pulsars. According to the chief scientist, China's 500-meter aperture spherical radio telescope FAST has discovered 740 new pulsars so far, said Jiang Peng, chief scientist of FAST and deputy of the National People's Congress at the deputy's passage of the first session of the 14th National People's Congress on Tuesday. Whew, that was a mouthful. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means we know about 740 new pulsars. Ghostly photos from NASA's Curiosity rover reveal beautiful, rare clouds and the first sun rays ever spotted on Mars. This must be titillating Elon Musk, who plans to live there with a bunch of other people that will be genetically damaged due to the cosmic radiation and probably live miserable lives. But I wanted to point out that these look very much like noctilucent clouds seen here on Earth. Here are noctilucent clouds photographed this year, and here are the clouds just photographed from NASA's Curiosity rover. Earth, Mars. And noctilucent clouds, we'll leave you a link below here to this article, everything you need to know about the rare night shining clouds. Now take a look at this one here. This looks just like the picture here. I wonder if they really are on Mars. What do you think? Now, did you hear about the 23 idiots that now face domestic terrorism charges after they lit public property on fire and threw explosives and Molotov cocktails at police? They can't explain why. They said that they were peacefully protesting. But I hope they throw the book at these schmucktards. Police say at least 23 people will face domestic terrorism charges after they were arrested Sunday amid violent protests. Now, this comes after another protest that was supposedly peaceful at the same location, where one of the peaceful protesters shot a firearm at the police, hitting one who was hospitalized and lived, and then they returned fire, killing him. Another peaceful protest there. So we can see a definite uptick in schmucktardery worldwide. Now, to reduce the schmucktardery worldwide, there's something called the gateway process. And it's a way not only to heal your mind, body, and soul, but to change the future. And it's been hidden by what? Guess what? The government, the CIA, but it's now been declassified. Here is the approved for release documents from the Department of Army Operational Group back in 1983 that was studying and analyzing and assessing the gateway process. We've talked about this in years past, but I want to bring it to your attention. This document is made available through the declassification efforts and research of John Greenwald Jr., who is the creator of the Black Vault. So we can thank him and the Freedom of Information Act. So what you're going to get here is information on how to heal yourself and change the future in the universe. Pretty fantastic. It's just 30 pages. It's not a hard read. So go out there and get some. Now, this Saturday, Leah and I are going to be having an amazing discussion on cosmic dust and cosmic rays and super flares as well. And tomorrow, I think around 10:30 a.m. on Rex Bear's website, Leak Project, I will be live with Robert Hawthorne from Electric Universe Geology on Facebook and Rex, and we'll have a three-way discussion on the three-legged crow myth, maybe the largest sunspot ever witnessed on Earth prior to a Miyake event. And this is what this article is about. Fresh analysis of tree rings suggests that the Earth has been the subject of barrages of cosmic radiation in the Holocene. The most impressive and known Miyake event is referred to as the Charlemagne event and happened back 774 AD. Now, since then, more tree ring studies have uncovered more Miyake events dating back as far as the largest one we know of now is 7176 BC, or 9,180 years ago or so. So join us on the live stream over at leakproject.com tomorrow at 10:30 with Robert Hawthorne. That's Mountain Time. And then this weekend, Saturday, on Revolution Radio, revolution.radio, Studio B, 12 noon Mountain with Lee and I, that will be discussing the topics. Now, Lee and I will also be speaking at the San Luis Valley Seed Exchange. There is our talk right there, the Backyard Gardener, Permaculturalist, Zone 5A. And we're going to be covering tons of topics. We're going to discuss the process of backyard food and seed production in one of the most difficult growing environments in the United States. So join us if you can. In Moffat, Colorado, that's in the San Luis Valley, April 1st and 2nd. And that's a boom to knowledge. I hope you got something out of the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. Watch all of our content commercial free in one place. And be safe. We love you.